up, folks? Mio Adlan here once again for another great session on this glorious Monday afternoon together with you guys for a brand new episode of Hot Issue. What's for lunch? Hope you guys had a great weekend. Previously, the previous Saturday and Sunday, I know I had a good downtime, relaxation, going a bit, having a bit of a short vacation. Granted, it was just in our glorious state of Selangor, but it was definitely, for my part at least, we follow all of the SOPs, we follow all of the rules and regulations, making sure that we, took care of ourselves. We sanitized our hands as often as we could. We didn't go into a place where there's so many people, and we use our phones to scan the MySejahtera QR code everywhere that we go. And obviously, myself and my wife, of course, being double vaccinated as well. That gave us a peace of mind whenever we actually gone. Now, one person I know who actually had also a good weekend over the past couple of days is no other than my partner in crime, my friend, and my so-called conscious, because dia selalu salahkan I kalau I tak buat benda yang betul, Mr. Melvin Lam. Hey Melvin, what is up?
Hi, the weekend was good, and I'm so glad we are so-called apart because we came from back from vacations.
Yeah, again, right?
I'm so happy that you are happy. We keep our distance.
Yeah. No, we're keeping our distance, obviously, but I have to say that granted, with the whole the whole Malaysia at least is opening up bit by bit. At least the place that I went to, which was Avani Sepang Gold Coast down there in Bagan Lalang, the hotel industries are finally able to operate. They were fully booked, granted, with at a maximum capacity, not at 100%, but at the percentage that was allowed to. And at last, after so many years, so many months of suffering, the hotel industries are actually able to get things rolling. Good for them, Melvin.
But was it packed at your place?
It was packed to a certain degree because, like I said, not all rooms are fully booked because they had to follow with the number of percentage of patrons that are allowed to enter the hotel. So maybe about 50% of the rooms were allocated for guests. And yeah, even on a Thursday, which I went, there were the rooms that were allocated were fully booked. People didn't have any other places to go, Marvin. So they just wanted to go, even if it was in Bagalalang, in Sepang, which wasn't really that nice, to be honest. But well, you can't really choose much.
Yeah, you're saying fully booked as in the maximum capacity allowed or 100% fully booked?
Maximum capacity allowed. So only 50% of rooms are able to be booked across. So let's say like the Avani Sepang Gold Coast had 400 rooms, right? So only 200 rooms were open.
So okay, so your neighbor will be you have a so-called space out. So
no, I didn't have any neighbors, to be honest with you. I think they selang one villa. So at my villa, the place that I actually booked, the next occupant, the next the next booked villa is actually jumping one villa lah.
Jumping one villa. And then do you have any curfew time, or you just allow whenever you like to lepak, or they have please?
No curfew. As per what the government has actually dictated, shops and restaurants can actually open right until 12 a.m. But me being myself, we had dinner early. We had dinner at about 7 o'clock. So we cow team everything at about 8:30, and then we just went back to our hotel room and just relax. Yeah.
Okay.
But one thing I do want to say, previously we did cover stories about people not being responsible, throwing rubbish everywhere and everything. I went for a jog along the coastline, along the pantai, along the beaches and everything, and still it was sad to see banyak sampah from the previous day. People tak buang sampah betul-betul.
I'm also very sad to hear that, and very sad that you did not take actions.
The dustbin was full. The rubbish bin was overflowing rubbish. What do you expect me to do?
Make a report with Act Now.
No, that was the municipal council people. I know. I pointed out already. I said, Tuan, ini sampah, Tuan penuh. Dia orang ni tak jaga.
Just make a report right now. I can make our story our way and everything.
Sure. I should have actually, taken some pictures and actually share, with our audiences on this show right now. But okay, enough about my vacation. Enough about where did I go. Now we want to cover on the current topics at hand, whatever it is that we want to share with our viewers
Okay.
for today's topic. First of all, we want to point out that, yeah, granted, with the loosening of restrictions, a lot of businesses are allowed to open. We in the Klang Valley are now in the third phase of the Plan Pemulihan Negara right now. So a lot more businesses are allowed to open, but unfortunately, one industry, one segment of the
Yeah.
restaurant business are still struggling, even though people can actually visit restaurants and visit all these places, can go for a social night and everything, and that is actually the pubs and bars, which are heavily located, obviously, in the Klang Valley, in Jalan, in Sungai Wang, in Bangsa, in Puchong, wherever it is, and
Sorry, you're saying Sungai Wang?
Sungai Wang, Bukit Bintang, along those areas, there's a lot of pubs, there's a lot of bars around there, and unfortunately, right now, no more happy hour because they are struggling. Melvin, kick us off.
Yeah, it's true because well, we just entered phase three, started phase three, and I thought we have 3 over months. We have somehow so-called our routines of we have not changed yet. Our routines quite the same for the last 3 over months. Where I observed we started back to work since last about 2 weeks back. People would tend to go back after work, which is good in a way because it's too early stage. If everyone jam up in the pub, even if they're allowed to open and all these things, let things settle first. But then, of course, the a lot of pub bistros, the various entertainment outlets are finding way difficulties to cope with the current business environment because they have to pay renters, the staff salary, and all these things. One is that. Second is that a lot of clubs that are not allowed to open because they has been using a restaurant license, which is not allowed to use as club or as offering like karaoke services and all these things because they are abused. I mean, this is something that the municipal need to correct that because it's kind of abusing because a lot of operators in those days apply as the restaurants business, but eventually they are having starting operating like bars, like clubs, and even karaoke. So this is actually illegal. Technically, it's illegal because you only apply for a restaurant's business license. So it's a different licensing together.
Yeah,
So
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Melvin. I just wanted to get your views on this because I used to work in the heart of KL in the Golden Triangle, and after work, I would just follow my friends. Whenever we finish work, we would just have grab a bite to eat. Like especially along Changkat Rajachulan, where all of the clubs are. Where all the bars are. You got your all different kind of thing, and this was 10, 15, 20 years ago. And I found out that a lot of these bars, a lot of these pubs are offering food. And do they get away with this in this current day and age? Because the fact that they do offer food, they offer like dinner meals, all the makan and everything. So they are a restaurant and they're not really a full-fledged pubs and bars, right?
you see, when you have of course, definition probably is a bit weak. When the restaurants, the drinks, alcohol drinks, can't have as compliments. But you see those in Changkat, Bukit Bintang, which is happening now because a lot of expatriates, a lot of foreigners still go there now when they open. It's business good, but the emphasis is actually promoting drinks.
Okay.
So it's a different definitions, I believe. If you're starting, okay, yeah, pure restaurants, but not restaurants and pub. Because after certain hours they go full out, starting they have these promoters coming to you, they sell by the bottles and all these things. So that's a different clarifications at all. You must get a different license.
Okay.
You see, those restaurant license is just like kopitiam license, right? It's selling food, but yet it's find a few bottles of beers in their fridge and all these things, right? I think that is a different thing. It complements, but the emphasis, if you're pushing after a certain hour, your full force stream is actually until late. It's all drinks and all this thing. That is a different license together.
Okay, one more thing I want to discuss with you on this, because when we talk about license, when we talk about what a restaurant or what a pub should be, I mean, obviously, we will have a different conversation than that. But what I want to understand is, from your point of view, Melvin, is that with pubs and bars, it is a very social establishment. People go to pubs and bars to socialize. Like it or not, at the end of the day, you go alone. I mean, if you go alone, I mean, like, very sad lah. If you drink by yourself, I think it's very sad lah.
No, it's go alone also socialize to get to know other people.
Exactly. Because like, this place, I mean, is well known. People go to pubs and bars to socialize. And with alcohol around, I mean, if you consume alcohol at the same time when you're trying to socialize, it's a bit of a deadly combo, isn't it? Because that's where you forget to, be apart from each other. People will start hugging, people start laughing, and then people would do some crazy things. I mean, again, I've seen, my acquaintances, my friends out there, whenever they would be under the influence, I mean, all hell breaks loose. I mean, they don't even remember where they are to begin with. And I think that is a thing that the government specifically is afraid that would happen should they give as much freedom to pubs and bars. Don't you think so?
Yeah. Yes, because in this kind of environment, situations, SOP is hard to follow. Probably the only SOP is get closer.
Exactly, Ma. I think like after 2-3 days, what SOP? People don't even know what S means anymore, right?
So it's very difficult to control, honestly. Then who to be blamed? It's actually, do you blame the operator? Operators, I mean, tell you they want to make money, and they would also afraid that they would chase away the customer, the clientele. We tell them, please stay apart, at least a meter apart. They won't, I tell you.
That will never happen. No.
Then when that happens in Malaysia, unless I'm a bar operator myself, but I think I will close business at the end of the day. The next day I don't need to open. Why? Well, because probably people would just give me a punch or two after a few drinks. They'll ask them that, please stay apart.
No, a punch you're lucky. I takut, kerusi terbang, meja terbang, that could happen,
Yes, that happens. That happens, in Malaysia. So as a patrons and all those things, don't tell me they are. Before they step in, they would tell the sweat to the mother forehead, father forehead. Yes, I will follow SOP and all this thing. After a few drinks, koyak.
Yeah, exactly. So what can the operators do, Melvin? That's the question right now. What can they, to your opinion, to your suggestion, how can a pub operator or a bar operator, coexist in COVID times right now, especially in Malaysia? We've seen pubs and bars and beer gardens in Europe are already open right now because how they have relaxed all restrictions. But can that be done in Malaysia? We're not there yet, right?
Okay, you're talking about Europe. There has been a long time culture of them having cocktail drinks before dinner, pre-dinner. I saw the movie after dinner. Probably they also have their own different kind of drinks, brandy or whatever before they retire. So there has been a century of culture. And I mean, this is my personal opinion. I don't. People probably hear this, the operator would not like me. I think Malaysia, we have suffered a fair bit economically. Even though some people still have a job and all those things. I guess if me have a chance, you have to, if I have money to spend on happy hour 50 ringgit, can I ask you to donate this 50 ringgit for the less fortunate?
Yeah, definitely the operators will not like you, Melvin. No.
And we need to recover. I mean, good time, jolly time. Economics is bad. Yes, go and socialize, make friends. Now, because we are living in the endemic now, going to endemic, and we do not want to have another lockdown 4.
Yeah,
it could happen anywhere. Because of this, from the pub, it could also cause a lockdown 4.
Yeah,
so we save money, and I think if I have a chance, this industry think of something else to do. Make full fresh restaurants, food, makan. You can sell drink, alcohol as a compliment. You can eat, 1 or 2 drinks. That's about it. But that is my opinion.
Yeah.
Until things
when
are
when
gathered,
we talk
because
about this again, it's a bit of a chicken and egg thing, to be honest. I
yeah,
mean, like, we're not professionals here. I mean, like, Melvin and I, we're far from it. We do not know what's the best or other thing. But looking at our experience, I think it's safe to say that, when I say this, Melvin, that I think it's best for people to just try to adapt with the current situation. I know it's hard. Melvin definitely knows it's definitely hard, for you to adapt from one
yeah.
great thing that you know what to do into something else to have that transformation. But maybe it's just about time for people to try to adapt. Try
Okay,
to
this I'm
try
talking
to
about
well.
those who say you can donate, but I think drinking habits need to be not to be abused. I also seen those sweeper,
Mm,
the street sweeper. They work in the morning and all these things. In the afternoon, they buy those unbranded whiskey.
mm,
They
mhm.
drink, and early evening you can see them sleeping on the 5 foot way, on the what pavement and all these things. So it's quite sad as well.
Yep.
So they work so hard, and this is what they do in their life. So I'm not against. I drink too, but I think we should have balance ourselves.
Yeah. I think at the end of the day, I think the takeaway from this is that when it comes to drinking alcohol specifically, there's a tag, or that's always this notion or this phrase, drink responsibly. I think we need to
Yes,
take this at heart, regardless of whoever it is that you are. If you're allowed to drink, please drink responsibly and please take care of yourself. Because again, there's a lot of negative things, unfortunately, is associated with drinking behavior. So it is up to yourself, Malaysians, to be responsible, to drink responsibly. The government is not telling you not to drink at all, not to enjoy life, but make sure if you do, be a sensible, responsible
yes,
human
yes.
being.
Yes. So we don't want to give the government a chance to pull back.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So speaking about drinking, we've talked about drinking alcohol, obviously,
Yeah.
earlier in the first topic. So now jumping into the second topic, one of the other things that we know we can't live without. Okay, before we actually go to this next topic, lah, I nak tanya you, Melvin.
Yeah.
Kalaulah diberi pilihan, if given a choice,
Uh,
without electricity versus without water supply, which one would you choose if you have to pick?
okay. I
Quick one.
have to
I don't
have
want you
yes.
to elaborate. Just choose.
Okay. I need electricity supply, because
Okay.
water, I still can source water by buying waters.
All right.
Uh,
No, 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 no,
Even
no.
though
I'm
it's
talking about if you
costly,
have to choose. At the end of the day, there's nothing else in this world, but you have to choose either to live without water or to live without electricity. Which one should you choose?
well, of course, I have to have water to live on, because
Exactly.
most of the
You
part of the
stop
water
dulu
is
sebab I nak
all
buat
our body is
I
water.
nak buat intro topik ni, Melvin, before you say panjang lagi. Because what it is happening again in the state of Selangor, there's
Oh,
gonna be another disruption of water supply happening within some parts of Selangor due to
yeah, it's
some
not
things
some
that's
part.
happening. Yeah.
I mean, Selangor is big, but it's going to cover an area of 998 areas in Selangor, almost to 1,000 areas in Selangor. So it will affect a lot of household.
Mhm.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's huge.
exactly. But this time around, I mean, like, why we want to point this out is that more often or not, especially within the past year or so, we always had trouble about water disruption in the state of Selangor. Pollution, Sungai Kuala Selangor lah, the Empangan lah, the dam, and whatever not. But this time around, I have to say that it is something of a proactive thing that Air Selangor, the company behind the water supply, is preempting us. It's telling us one
Yes.
or 1.5 week in advance that there's gonna be water disruption, at least something, right?
Yeah, because this is not due to the emergency cases or something breakdown. It's the maintenance and upgrading works. So please take note, October 13 to 16.
Mhm.
Right. Today is the 4th, so it's about 9 days from now.
Yep.
It's over 13 to 16. So there are a few areas in Selangor that be affected. So you have to make sure that you have enough of drinking water, the water for cleaning and all these things. And I will advise, please, if you possible, on October 13 to 16, probably don't wash your laundry for that few days.
3 hari je kan? 3 days, right?
Yes. Try to wear something light, and because when you do your washings and all those things, it will take a lot of water, So
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, so conserve a
And,
lot of water as far as possible. Those
and
days, I remember
and
I was young. It's not, yeah. Selangor will be having the water tankers going around the neighborhood. But it's no joke, no fun. I remember my days having to take 2 pails of water.
Yeah.
You know, have long queue. Imagine if a long queue under hot sun. Because you have only your bare hand to 2 pails, you can't hold your umbrella.
Yeah, I think you were telling me at that time around you developed extra bicep and tricep muscles, right? Because you had to carry so much water, right? So you were becoming a bit of a Hulk at that time, you know. But I do want to remind all the citizens or all the people whose place will be affected by this. Again, to get more information, you guys can just go down to aiselangor.com. That is IAIR Selangor.com, where all of the places affected will be listed down in this particular statement that's been shared by the people from Selangor. But one thing, Malaysians, I know, Melvin, this one I tahu for a fact that a lot of Malaysians are always taking so simple when it comes to this thing. And on the 13, baru kelang kabut nak store water. Betul tak, Melvin? This happens, right?
Yeah, store fast because I don't know whether it's enough. Selangor say that the total of 105 water tankers will be mobilizing to those affected area. But what's the frequency per day? How many water tank per area? Because consumption of water is high.
Yeah.
So prepare. I don't know. I've invested 2 years back to now. The big water pails with the cover is actually a rubbish bin. The plastic one you can actually put yourself and cover yourself. I bought 4 pieces. Because at the time was a few years back, it was everyone got panic.
Yeah,
you go to at the sundry shop. What call that department? It usually sells like a Tesco and all those things those days. It's all finished out. Even your neighborhood sundry shop is all finished out. All these things. So everyone grab and all these things. So you don't have those. Please buy 1 or 2 extra. Keep it at home.
So our advice to people out there is that please do not take action on the 13th of October, on the day that they have declared that they are going to be cutting water supply to your area. Please prepare from now. Kalau ada masa today, go to your local stores like your Giants or your EconSave or your whatever it is. Do get your pails of water and start saving up water from today onwards. Because why? You will not regret it. Kalau you on the 13 baru nak beli, then you'll become like Melvin, myself dulu. When the water disruption happened instantaneously, it's really hard to go out, and somehow with COVID happening, you don't want to, create such crowd going to all these places when there's too many people and everything. So please get yourselves ready. Malaysia, that's one thing lah. One thing about Malaysians, as much as I love Malaysians, kita suka buat kerja last minute, Melvin. That's the problem.
Yeah. That's why I have to come up with the name Act Now.
There you go. By doing your stuff right now, act now, doing all of the things without having, if it makes sense, if it's great for you, if it's within reason, act now and don't dilly-dally, do not wait until the cows come home, basically, So please, Malaysians, please do whatever it is that you need to do and jangan nak minta last minute and then suddenly kerajaan salah lah, kerajaan tak sediakan air lah, kerajaan this. We like to hurt some people with all the things, even though if it's our mistake. That's the problem.
And I hope the hospital and kidney dialysis center are not that badly affected because they do need a lot of water.
Of course.
Hospitals and all this. I'm not looking forward for that October 13th, 16th.
I don't think any one of us is actually looking forward with this particular problem. But just a last note on this particular topic, Malaysians, fellow viewers, we love you so much. Hence why we're trying to tell you guys right now to please make sure that you do the sufficient actions immediately right now rather than waiting at the last minute and then suddenly placing blame on others. Okay, you only have yourselves to blame. Selangor came out with a statement 2 weeks beforehand, so there's no reason why you're not ready for this. Peace, Malaysia. All right, okay, that's the end of our second topic. Now we want to cover a bit of a snippet of whatever that's happening. And Melvin, we got word that a very special place that is very close to our hearts is closing down, Melvin. Sedih sangat.
Where's that?
This is actually a place where it all happened The whole thing actually happened where thousands and thousands of Malaysians have been visiting this place since May of 2021. And the place that
Yes,
I'm actually talking about is the place down in KL, smack in the middle of KL City Center, which is the World Trade Center for the PBV. Closing down, Melvin sedih, Melvin.
yes, especially both of us who happens to have the same day for two occasions for
Mm,
our exact vaccines.
yep.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely going to remember this place for a long time.
Yeah.
And I guess all other PPC as well because they have served the community.
Mm,
So in a way, I'm glad because the target has reached.
mm.
And as I read yesterday, 87% of our adult population has been vaccinated.
3 more%. 3 more%.
3 more% to go for interstate traveling. They're
Mm.
coming up with how to do interstate.
Yeah.
Of course, it's a good thing, but we have to follow SOP. Definitely, we have to. Yesterday, I had too long to go to short trip, day trip to Genting. I was okay. Let's go up. But then, which day? I probably have to take leave on a weekday to go up, so to avoid the crowd.
Yeah.
I enjoy going there for breakfast, down to brunch, to lunch, to dinner, and come down.
Yeah, exactly. Coming back to my experience specifically, when you talk about the World Trade Center, when they first opened up their doors for the first batch of the AstraZeneca, I remember that time where a lot of people out there were very skeptic. They were so worried about not wanting to take the AstraZeneca vaccination because they've been hearing a lot of things that's happening in Europe, darah beku lah, people dying because of the AstraZeneca vaccination. But touch wood, thank God, we are fine. Majority of the people, or should I say 99% of the people out there who has taken AstraZeneca as their choice of vaccine has been nothing but good. And a lot of people out there have already completed their second dosage as well. And it was definitely a success move. And I have to applaud the man behind JKJAV, the guy who's behind all of this vaccination program in YB, Khairi Jamaluddin, for a very successful program that he has done, Melvin.
Yes. He has. I mean, no doubt he has done a good job. And I just read this PBV World Trade Center actually has registered 1.3 million vaccinations has been done.
Wow.
Or 1.3 people.
1.3 million, not vaccination.
Yeah,
So that means
1.3
double
million.
lah.
Yeah, 1.3 million individuals. Sorry.
Wow. Yeah.
It means that
And
they
we are
have
one of them.
times
We are
two.
one of them.
Yeah. So times 2.6.
2.6 million dosages that has been
Since May.
given to Malaysians over there. One thing that that really hit you, can you share just one small story about
Okay, just to
PBV?
share with you, I got the first date, which is May 14, I think, May 14.
You ingat lagi
I mean, it's the same.
I kena tengok I punya My Sejahtera.
Is it May 14?
Okay, what happened on that day?
Or it's not later because it's around my birthday. Was it later 18?
It's actually 17th of May.
17, yeah, 17, yeah, a day later than my birthday. So my next year, May 16th, it's my birthday.
Purposely,
So that was announcements made during KJ that okay, that's a few. How many exact vaccines available? First come, first serve. So that day itself, we were trying to log in, and it was so-called unsuccessful, and all things. We were making noise, So we look at the news. Oh, it was too overwhelming. That it was jam out, so-called the whole apps and all these things, the registrations and all these things. So we went through until at about an hour. Finally, we got it. Then okay, that is the excitement or the thrill. At the time, I'm a strong believer. I say yes, I want to be vaccinated.
Yeah, exactly. I remember the time, same as you. I mean, like when the registration was open, I remember so vividly because it was during the month of Ramadan. While all Muslims in the world were fasting, so they opened up the registration there. So I remember a few of my friends actually, we were discussing between ourselves, should we go on first day of Raya? Should we go on the day before Raya? Where you want to go and everything? But we were just like, you know what? Let's just register and get this thing over with. Let's just get ourselves vaccinated, choose the best available date for us, and thank God, we got our dates, and here we are, one of the two recipients of the 1.3 million
Yes.
individuals who have gotten vaccinated at the World Trade Center, PVV. Thank you so much to all of
Thank
the
you.
frontliners over there. They have worked day and night making sure people like us, Melvin, got fully vaccinated, and they took care of us very well, very proper. I have to say, the Rela people also very nice. Everyone was very good.
Yes, our ribbons, courage ribbons to them for the contributions to the nations. And I was just so curious, what will happen to them? Where will they go?
Nak kena cari kerja balik loh. Maybe they can work at pubs and bars, after this, as promoters. I don't know.
Okay.
All right, we are running out of time, Melvin. Awesome
right.
topics that we covered today. Same time again tomorrow. I think tomorrow we have plenty more of interesting topics that we want to cover, right?
That's definitely.
All right, Melvin, you have a great
tomorrow.
Cheers. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
Cheers. Bye.
All right, guys, that was Melvin together with myself talking about the current issues, whatever that is happening within our country, specifically on the topics that we have today, which was the pub and bars issue. We also talked about the water, the cutting of the water supply happening soon, as well as the closure of the mega PPV at the WTC. That's all for now. That's all for today. Hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Make sure you guys follow us on Facebook. Make sure you guys share this video for us to spread all of the love and all of the joys on all the latest topics that we have. And make sure you guys download the download the Act Now mobile community app for you to be a much more responsible Malaysian reporting whatever it is out there, and for us to act upon it. Act now, not tomorrow, not yesterday. We act now. Mio Adlan here signing out. Hope to see you guys again very, very soon. We'll be back same time, same place tomorrow. Take care now. Goodbye.